Whoa, wrong camera angle whatsoever. What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? We're live, we're over here, guys, and we're gonna do another early Black Friday stream. Now, PC Phil, what's up? Sheila, good evening, guys. It is definitely a hot one in my house, and it is super bright. We actually might drop that camera off because, you know what, it is a little bit bright for me. We have a good show lined up for you guys. Of course, with it on hand, we've got a bunch of amazing deals and, of course, all them beautiful discounts all the way up there with that. That's the cool piece about this. Now, hopefully, you guys can actually see the show. Hey, what's up? What's up? I don't know how it's. It says it's 104 in my apartment. Says it's 104 in my apartment. Uh, yeah. I shaved. I cut my hair. You know, I'm bald completely. Stuff like that. Oh. All right, guys. We have a bunch of good deals. Of course, we have that 1000 V2 for $349. If you guys use that discount code for you guys in that show tonight. We also have that $1,000 purchase. If you guys spend over $1,000, you guys get that extra 5% off as well on top of that. And then there's also that 2000 V2 for $699. Now, we're going to start this show off with an amazing, beautifully well done product, the 1000 V2. Now, you guys are going to notice that table set up a little bit different. I'm trying to get rid of, you know, some of that background shadow, but we also have Christmas decorations already up, if you guys can see. So we're going to try and attempt to show you guys the table in a different angle. Now, this is, of course, that beautiful table. We're going to drop down here, and you guys can see that table over there. Ignore the Christmas pillows that somebody forgot to set up. Putting the little humans to bed. All right, cool. We're going to talk about that 1000 V2 right there, guys. 1070 watt-hour device. Now, at 1070 watt-hours of power, it's a beautifully well-done product that's going to work for pretty much anybody that needs a device at all. Whether you're just wanting to do quick emergencies around the house, maybe you have a food truck, maybe you live in your RV, your motorhome, maybe you guys have a little makeshift motorhome van, or maybe you guys go camping quite a bit. This will do all of that and then some in a 24 pounds. So it is 24 pounds. It's not very heavy at 24 pounds. But it's got 1070 watt-hours of power that can be fully charged in a 2-hour time frame. Now, 2 hours is actually a decently quick charge time for a device of this styling. And that's the cool part about this. Now, if you need to, though, it's got what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to give you guys that quicker charge rate. And it's going to give you that quick charge rate to allow you to, of course, charge at a 1-hour time in a super quick fashion with that. Now, I love that idea that it's got an extra quick charge time if you really need it in emergency situations. Now, the device is beautifully well done. It's got, of course, a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. That's going to be that round device over there. You're going to have two USB-C ports, a 30-watt port, 100-watt port. The 30-watt port is going to be perfect for most USB-C devices, ranging from, you know, your phones to your tablets to even your lighting, your camera gear, and stuff like that. If you have a heavier powered device that takes a little bit more oomph, like maybe a MacBook or something, then you guys could use the 100-watt USB-C in the middle. If you have a lower powered device that takes a standard USB-A port, there is a USB-A port at the very bottom that is an 18-watt port. In the middle is going to be the digital display. That digital display is going to be standard on most of these devices. A couple of them will have a different color display. These are, of course, they're darker black with high vis orange displaying. Now, that display will allow you to see, of course, battery percentage. It's going to allow you to see, of course, battery usage and all of that other cool needs. Now, what you're going to notice is I actually finally charged this device. So if I pop that on, hit the display, you guys can see it's 100% charged for us. And it's using about 7 watts of power right now for the lighting, which is not bad. You could use it for a space heater, but I'm going to tell you, you may not get the longest runtime with a space heater off of the 1000 V2. It's going to really determine on what size of space heater you're trying to use it for and how long you need it to run. So if you really need a space heater to run a long time, this may not be that one for you. It does have three AC outlets. Those three AC outlets are going to be 1500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3000, so we can, of course, plug in those bigger devices for you. Now, you could technically use a 1200 watt space heater on here, and depending on where you set the power of that space heater, will also determine how long it can actually run. So if you're pulling only 60 watts through that space heater, then of course you're going to get a nice 10-hour runtime. If you're using a full max heat and trying to get, of course, your house up to 80 degrees or so, you're not going to get a long runtime off of the 1000 V2 compared to, let's say, like the 3000 plus or the 3600 plus or the 5000. Now, this would allow you to do like projectors, Bluetooth speakers. It'll allow you to do drones. It'll allow you to do, of course, let's say house fans, your Wi-Fi routers, your mobile cable modems. It'll allow you to run your Christmas tree. We do have a Christmas tree behind me, and all of those other variations. If you want to charge it off solar panels, it's going to be about 2.5 hours with two of the 200 watt solar panels with that. Now, just like most of their devices, UL certifications. So you got the UL 2743 drop protection. Then you got, of course, the UL 94V-0 for flame retardant shelling on this. Now, run times will vary on the devices you're trying to use. Let's say you guys want to do like 29 hours with the standard Starlink, maybe 14 hours with the laptop, 20 drone batteries, or 12 hours with the heated blanket. Now, that has a wide variety of ranges with this. You guys could even do, let's say, a 60-watt TV for over 10 hours. Maybe 14 hours with a mini fridge that works in like your college dorm, your camping fridge, and variations of those. Orbital sanders will take a little bit more power, maybe 2 hours with an orbital sander if you really needed to. And that's where it's going to be. So let's say you're using 1100 watt to 1160 watt microwave or space heater. You're probably going to get maybe 50 minutes of runtime that way. You're pulling power very, very fast. Now, that same 1150 watt inverter space heater, if you turn it down, it will draw less power. So it will tell you and be determined by that device. Ranging, of course, different devices. You guys can do as much as you want. Can be used as what's called the UPS or EPS, so emergency power supply or uninterruptible power supply. With that power supply, it's going to give you guys a 20 millisecond switchover. So most of your devices, if there's a power loss, is not going to notice it or shut off. This 1000 V2 though tonight is like $349 if you use the code. I will have Fernando post that code. I believe that code's still active in chat, so he will post that for you guys. If not, it's like $399 standard tonight. Normally it's a $500 price tag, I think, about that, for $450 or so. Now, you guys could also do, let's say the 1000 V2 is a package deal. You guys could get it with, let's say, a single 200 watt solar panel. Now, that's going to be like a 54% savings. It's like $599. So $599 will be your price point on that one. $599 is not a bad deal. I mean, it's normally a $1,300 package. So $599, you're getting that device. You're getting, of course, that other beautiful, beautiful little station for this. Now, I'm going to see if I can attempt to get this to work right. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Let's do this. So if you don't want it with the 200 watt solar panel, totally get it. You guys can go with two of the 100 watt solar panels. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys is two of those 100 watt solar panels means you're going to be spending about $649. It is only a 50% savings that way. If you want to change it up again, you guys can get it with a single 100 watt panel for like $499. Now, $499, it's a really decent price tag. It's just, you're not going to charge at that 2.5 hour charge rate with the 200 watt panels. You see where I'm going. It's going to take a little bit longer. Still has all the connections. Do remember, though, that these devices are not waterproof. The solar panels are. The device is not waterproof itself, and they are all LiFePO4 cells. So they are a lithium chemical mixture. Any other questions about the 1000 V2? Let's see if I can actually see chat. Anybody else having issues with the chat tonight, guys? Is it just me? Okay, yeah. Up next is going to be I believe, the Jackeery Explorer 300. So, and there's Fernando. Fernando is actually going to start posting this stuff. Thank you, Fernando. I have a 350 watt space heater from a small room. 350 watt. That's not. Yeah, that's actually nice. That's a smaller one. So like, you definitely could get a multiple hours of runtime out of a 350 off of this. As in where like 1100 large one, it's not gonna be like you're gonna get a long runtime with that. If you guys notice, yes, it is hot. I'm glistening. Now let's pop back over to the table. Let's move over. We're going to talk about the next one in the line right there. And you guys are going to see a few of these. We're going to talk about the 300. Now, the Jackeery Explorer 300 is a beautiful little product. It is literally 7 pounds. So at 7 pounds, it is portable. It's accessible. It can be taken anywhere you want to take it and on the go with that. And that's the cool part with this one. Now you're going to still get that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, but it is hidden behind that rubber cover. So the rubber cover covers that one. Below that is going to be, of course, 2 AC outlets that are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500 if you need to go above that 300. You're going to get 2 USB-A ports, 1 USB-C port. The USB-C port's a bidirectional port, so 60 watts in or out no matter what it is. Now you're also going to get the DC plug next to it. That's going to be, of course, I believe it's like the 8mm or 6.5mm plug. The 6.5 is going to be the 7909, or the 8020 is going to be, of course, the 8mm plug for you. I'm pretty sure this is the 6.5mm, so it's going to be the 7909. With that being said, you're going to be able to charge this in 2 different ways. Now, it is 293 watt hours of power in a 7-pound package. Those 293 pounds, if you're using the wall plug, or if you guys are using, let's say, the cigarette lighter adapter in your car, 3.5 hours is going to be your charge time with that device. If you want to do, of course, the USB-C port and the DC plug together, 2-hour quick charge, you're up and running, you're good to go. 293 watt hours power should allow you to run, let's say, a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours with that. So you guys would get a nice long runtime with the Nintendo Switch. About 12 to 14 cell phone charges. You guys could, of course, do, like, again, lighting effects. You guys could do, of course, let's say drone batteries, like 6 drone batteries, maybe 15 camera batteries. The ranging of devices that you could plug in this and run will just vary. You could even do a flat screen TV, which mine's not on tonight. You could do a flat screen TV for 4.5 hours or so with that, and it will give you a good runtime. It's the portability of this one. And the price, it's $159. So at $159, you're getting a quite well done power station that can be taken with you, allow you to run multiple devices and not have to worry. Now, because of the $159 price tag, it's just the device and the wall plug cabling. If you want it as a package deal, though, you guys could get the 300 with the 100-watt solar panel for like $299. Now, $299 is a good price point. It can allow you to charge at 100 watts. So if you guys are doing a 100-watt solar panel, it's going to be about a 4.5-hour charge time on the wall outside with the solar panel connected in, which is great. Now, that solar panel, of course, is a decent solar panel. It's going to be this variation right here. You'll get this one with that little station. So this is where I'm going to kind of show it to you. We're going to change camera angles because, on camera, it looks kind of big, doesn't it? Well, let's show it to you guys a little bit. That's going to be the sizing. This is a small device. And then you pair them together for $300 and you guys have a 4.5-hour charge time. And you can still take it camping without a problem. It's nice, lightweight, accessible, and can go pretty much. I've used the 300 guys for multiple things throughout the years. Actually, I've had that thing about 2 years now, and it still works top notch. There's no problems with it. I still plug in my camera gear. Still, of course, use for recording stuff. I still use it to charge phones. I use it quite a bit for a lot of different variations. We had the ice machine. I think I had the ice machine plugged into it the other day. It was the ice machine. I was doing the clean cycle through it. And me being me, I didn't want to plug it into the wall socket and have to deal with it. I brought the station to me and just did it right over the sink. So 300 has a lot of good variations. Will work well for you guys. And it's 7 pounds. It is very, very portable and taken pretty much wherever you want. Now we are going to be going into a bigger power station, the 2000 V2. If I can get my software to work properly, we'll get there. So let's go into it. 2000 V2. Now the 2000 V2 is actually changed and moved places today. So that's the difference with the camera angle. We're going to try and get in there. 2000 V2 is going to come in at like $699 tonight. It's normally a $1,500 price tag. If you want it for that price point, use, of course, that discount code that we have for you in chat. 2,042 watt hours of power, but it is a 49-pound package. Now, at 49 pounds, it is not that heavy. It is still accessible and still being taken anywhere. I'm going to attempt, let's see if I can do this. If I don't drop stuff, I'm going to attempt to come back here. I'm going to turn it on for you guys. Remember, I am juggling over. You guys see my leg stretching, right? So, flashlight comes on. I can go brighter with it. I can, of course, go SOS pattern with it, or I can shut it off. If I want the screen off, just hold the power button down, and you can shut off with that. And that's the cool piece with this. Now, 2,042 watt hour power. It has the same charge time as the 1000 V2. 2 hour standard quick charging. That's where you're at, right? 2 hours on a wall plug. You're charged. You're good to go. If you want to charge it faster, go into, of course, the app control on iOS or Android. Open up the 2000 V2 device on the Jackeery app. Switch it over to emergency situation charging over in the settings section, not the front page, the settings section. And you guys can actually get that quick charge time of 1 hour in emergency situations. With it, you still have 2 USB-C ports, a 30-watt port, 100-watt port. You also have the 18-watt USB-A port, the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette light plug, and, of course, that flashlight, which we just showed you. You have 3 AC outlets. These 3 AC outlets are going to do, of course, do about 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 4,400. So this one's going to be more geared towards those people that need to get a full run time throughout the whole day with this one. It's got more power. It's got more accessibility. It weighs 39 pounds, so it does have a little bit of girth or weight to it. So don't think you guys are packing this around all day from, through the hiking trails and stuff. It's just not what most people are going to do. The power ranging will allow you to run quite a bit. Let's say like a 5-watt light bulb for over 64 hours. You guys could do a 200-watt refrigerator for about 26 hours. Their ranging will just vary with that, though. If you guys want to do 400 watts of charging with 2 solar panels, it's going to be about a 5-hour charge time. If you want to do, of course, 6 of those panels, it's going to be about a 2-hour charge time. 20 millisecond switchover means you don't have to worry about any device that's connected to it, and it won't drop off. From your microwave to your tea kettles to, of course, your shop vacs, your portable ovens, your heated blankets, and your tree trimmers. You guys can do, of course, like electric griddles. 2.5 hours with the shop vac. Maybe if you guys want to do water drums, air pumps, you guys can do it all and not have to worry. For the people using, let's say 520 watt refrigerator, maybe 3.5 to 4 hours with this one. You guys can do about 24 laptop charges, maybe 20 hours with a water pump. Depending on the microwave, anywhere from 1.5 hours to maybe a couple hours with this. But the variations will vary. The price point is where it's definitely at with the 2000 V2, guys. $699 with that discount code. So you're saving quite a bit with that, and you're getting a massively beautiful power station. Now, we set the app. The app is going to allow you guys see real-time monitoring, automatic settings. It's going to allow you to do low battery protection. So if it gets low, you guys can shut it down. It's going to tell you guys. And, of course, that's where you guys will see the registration for your warranty with these also. 10-year battery life cycle at 100% battery. After that, it's going to be 80% battery remaining, like most batteries. And I use multiple LifePo 4 cells in my car. So I use like it's called a Yinglong. It's a big battery. It's a LiFePo 4-cell chemical mixture. It's pretty much just like these. And they will last a long time. I have had no issues with them, and that's the best part about it. So, really great. This one, though, was created with what's called CTB, or cell-to-body technology. By doing that new technology of building the battery into the housing of the device, it's made into like a honeycomb section. It takes less space, it's quicker to build, and of course, quicker turnaround time on this. If you want it with 2 of the 200-watt solar panels, guys, it's going to be $1,099. And that's a great deal because then you got that 5-hour charge time on hand. So just a great variations for you. If you want to step it up a notch, and, you know, why not? Why wouldn't you? Let's talk about that big bad boy right there, right? You guys notice there's not a lot of shadowing tonight? Yeah, we moved some stuff. This is the 3000. The Jackeery Explorer 3000 is a very, very large and newer power station. It is 3,072 watt-hours of power. It weighs over 50 pounds. It's technically, I think it's like 56 pounds or something like that. It's a big station. Now, this one changes it up a little bit different from the other ones. First and foremost, it still has that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. It has a larger display. It has 2 USB-C ports. Both of these are 100-watt ports. It's got 2 USB-A ports. Both are 18-watt USB-A ports. You're going to get 4 of the standard AC outlets, 3-prong AC outlets right at the bottom. Now, these are going to do 3,600 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 7,200. You're going to get that 5th one above it, and that's your TTR30 or TT30R NEMA style plug. Now, this NEMA style plug will allow you to connect up to a manual transfer station, allow you to connect up to your washer and dryer. It will also allow you to connect up to your RV or motorhome and to run those circuits on this. Your charge time on this is going to vary depending on how you're charging. First and foremost, wall plug charging at 1800 watts is going to allow you to charge at 2.2 hours. That's right. 2.25 hours is your charge time. If you want to do 400 watts of solar panels, it's like 200-watt panels. It's 11-hour charge time. If you do the wall plug and, of course, those solar panels together, about a little over an hour and a half. So it's a little bit quicker with that one. The 3600 Plus is coming in at like $24.99, which is definitely a little bit bigger of the price tag than some of the others. But you guys can use that discount code that we have for you to get 5% off of that purchase. What could you run off of this device with all of that power? A light bulb, 9 to 10 days. A house fan, 60 hours. A Wi-Fi router, over 60 hours. A refrigerator, anywhere from 1 to 2 days. Your space heater could run most of the day off of this, and that's the cool part about that one. Now, electric oven, 3 hours. That's about 800-watt draw. If you want to do flat screen TV, over 30 hours. You want to plug in a laptop or a tablet. Tablet's going to be about 60 charges. Laptop's going to be about 36 charges. Those are going to be about 12 watts for the tablets and about 80 watts for the laptops. For the leaf blowers, weed eaters, hand drills, anywhere from 3.5 to, of course, 9 hours. It will vary by the power that you have. Anywhere from 300 GoPro batteries, or, of course, 30 drone batteries, or even 60 hours with a portable oven. That's going to be like a 40-watt draw with that smaller thing. This is a beautiful station. Now, it's got 20 milliseconds of switchover, which is great. You don't have to worry about it. Because it's over 3,000 kilowatts, you guys can reach out and fill out for the Residential Clean Energy Tax Credit Program. And, of course, you guys have zero drain built in. So what's a zero drain? Zero drain means if you guys can fully charge this device, let's say you left it at 95% power and you come back in about 365 days and it'll still be at 95% power, depending on the temperature of the room that you have it in. You put it in the garage where it's super cold, or you put it in the basement where it gets super cold, the battery will drain quite a bit with that one. Cold is not a friend to batteries after a while. Any questions about the 3000 Pro, please ask. We are always here to answer. And the cool part is by itself, it's got a great price tag, but why not get it as a package deal? Now, the 3000 package deal is going to be the 3002 of the 200-watt solar panels for $1,500. It's a 50% savings. You're getting a big, beautiful station and you're getting 2 solar panels. So, would I tell you to buy the station by itself for the bigger price tag? No, go for the package deal. That's why we have it in the listing. So, package deal is definitely where it's at. Let's see if I can see any questions about anything. Let me check chat, guys. Bear with me as I do this. Not seeing no questions about it. So, hey, I get it. I get it. It's a cold night, it's a warm night. Unless you're in some certain areas in New England, then it's snowing. Sip of water. All right, we showed you guys the 3000. We showed you guys the 3000 with the 2 solar panels. Both amazing pieces, both great products. We're now going to show you guys the big brother to it, the 3600 plus. The 3600 plus, when we move, of course, camera angles, you guys are going to see this. We have the 5000, we have the 3600 plus. I am actually slightly in a smaller confined area tonight, so we're going to attempt to make this work without too much hassle. If there is, I apologize, everybody. 3600 plus is 77 pounds, and it's a beautiful power station. This power station is going to pack 3,584 watt hours of power by itself. It's about a $2,800 price tag. Not a bad deal. It's a large station that, by itself is perfect. Let's see if we can do this. First and foremost, you guys have handles on the sides. You have the power button. You have a larger display. You have the TTR30 or TT30R NEMA style plug. You have 2 100-watt USB-C ports, 2 18-watt USB-A ports, and 4 more AC outlets. Now, these AC outlets are going to do 3,600 watts of sine wave power. This one, though, was created with 10 milliseconds of switchover. So UPS or EPS supplied. It's got a 10 milliseconds of switchover. Again, 0 drain, so you're good there. It's going to be about, I'm going to say 4-hour charge with 1,000 watts of charging on this one. That's where it's going to vary. It's going to be, of course, about 2.5 hours on a wall plug. It'll be about 2 hours if you're using solar panels and, of course, wall plugs together. Made with Therm Duro exclusive cell technology. That's going to be your LiFePro 4 cell. Cell to body, of course, built in. Can work down about minus 20 Celsius all the way up to 45 degrees Celsius. Does have a 5-year warranty. With the amount of power on this device, you could run, let's say, a 100-watt refrigerator for 3 days. 5-watt light bulb for 120 hours. Maybe you want to run your dishwasher or your house washing machine over 5 times of run with this one. 1150-watt window AC, about 3 hours or so with that one, which is not bad. But you could do a lot more with this. You guys could run rice cookers, electric ovens, coffee pots. You could do space heater. Now, a 350-watt space heater like Sheila uses will get about 7 hours to 8 hours of runtime off of this device alone. For the office users, maybe 43 laptop charges, 150 cell phone charges, maybe 70 tablets, or Wi-Fi router for over 88 hours. Now, the device is beautiful by itself. It's an amazing piece. But you can also get it as a package deal. The package deal is going to be the 3600 plus and 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. It is $1,889 tonight, guys. It's a 10% savings, but again, you guys can use that 5% discount code and do that as well. Now, I do know, and I believe there are like free gift coupons on the Amazon pages. I'm not sure what that free gift is. I will actually I think Fernando probably will know what those free gifts are. So if you guys want it by itself, hey, you do it. If you want it with 2 of the solar panels, go ahead and do so as well. Now, this is where I'm going to gear you guys towards. Go for the whole package deal. You're going to get 2 solar panels, the 3600 plus, and an extra battery, because you can actually add extra batteries to the 3600 plus. That is a $3,000 price tag tonight. Normally, it's a $3,700 price tag. It's like 19% off tonight for this. Now, you heard me say that right. Yes, it can have batteries. Now, the batteries are actually going to connect up to and on the side. So if I turn this, You're going to notice that there is, of course, the AC expansion port. This is going to allow you to connect up to a manual transfer station. It's going to allow you to connect up to, of course, another 3600 plus. You're going to get 2 of the solar panel connections and the wall plug down there as well. Then you're going to have the DC expansion port. That's going to allow you to connect up to 5 batteries. Now, with 5 batteries, you're going to have over 20 kilowatts of power, which is great. If you guys, of course, add the second station and 10 batteries, about 42 kilowatts of power. This is a phenomenal product, and of course has handles, can roll around. You guys can of course be just moving it around here, but the handle back also hides away. And you guys, normally we don't give a good close-up of this, but look at that handle and how it slides away and puts away. So this is a cool one for some of the bigger stations. That handle and how smooth it comes out is just amazing. And of course, lock it in place if you want to, and you're ready to go. All there is to it. It's an amazing little product. Now, I love the 3600 plus. It's going to work well for a lot of people. It's a phenomenal station. What you're going to need to see me do is zoom back, and I'm going to grab this. I'm going to wheel it off because we're actually going to, and you guys can see me wheel this off. Look how easy that is. I'm putting no effort into this to wheel the 3600 off out of our angle. Now we're going to talk about the big brother right next door. This is the 5000. The 5000 is a lot bigger. It's going to cost you a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. Now, the 5000 by itself is $28.99. Normally, it's a $4,300 price tag. The 5000 is 33% off tonight, which is a crazy drop in price for such a large power station. Again, you have that large display. You have the 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. You have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max. You have 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging. That's right. 18 watts max charging between 2 of those and 100 watts between the USB-C ports. Amazing right there alone. You're going to be greeted with your first 4 of the AC outlets on this one. Now, they're going to do 7,200 watts of sine wave power. So if you guys have a MIG welder, you guys have a table saw, you guys have, let's say, a lawnmower outside, you need to plug in your RV, your motorhome and run devices, it's got enough power to go through it. It packs over 5,000 watt hours of power. That's right, 5,000 watt hours of power. Now, 7,200 watts of sine wave through it is crazy to be said. Large display. Again, it has the large handle that you guys can kind of see if we look over here. Let's go to the large cable. So if you guys can kind of see that handle sticking up, it's a nice handle. It allows you to wheel it around and everything else. It's got the nice orange handles as well. The variation is of the amount of ports and plugs. So that's really cool with this. Now, there's a lot of features for this device just by itself. Now, I'm going to actually move it around. We're going to bring it into a different angle for us. We're going to change the camera view, right? So let's change. So can we get the camera angle to change? Whoa, that's not what we want. So we want to bring the angle over here so you guys can come in a little bit closer and we can see a few things. First, let's get you in there. DC plug. Power adaptation plug. So these are actually your buttons to turn on the display and the device. This is going to turn on your DC plugs. Now, if you want to turn on the USB plugs, that's a separate plug on this device. Now, that's a little bit different than the 3600 plus the 3000. They don't have a separate USB port. To turn on the AC plugs, you're going to hit that switch. And it's going to activate the 4 on the side and the extra 2 on this opposite side. Now, that's where this one varies a lot different from some of the other stations. Let's go into this. First, you're going to be greeted with the AC expansion port. Now, the AC expansion port is meant for pairing it up to a second 5000 plus or connecting it to a smart transfer station. Now, a smart transfer station is an electronic box or like your circuit breaker box that's on your wall in your house. Needs to be wired up to your electric circuit breaker box in your house by an electrician. And it's going to allow you to run 12 individual circuits, or of course, rooms. That's also going to allow you to charge at 1800 watts. Now, if you're charging at 1800, or not 1800 watts, it's going to allow you to charge at 4000 watts with this one. So through the wall plug or the house circuit, it'll charge at 4000 watts. At 4000 watts, you have under 2 hours. It's a little over an hour and a half of charge time with that. You're then going to be greeted with a NEMA 14-30 and a NEMA 14-50. Now, these NEMA plugs will allow you to connect up to manual transfer stations. It'll allow you to connect up to a TTR30 in your motorhome or your other devices. It's also going to allow you to connect up to, of course, your house, a house washing machine or your house dryer that has the old NEMA plugs. It'll allow you to do your central AC or maybe your hot water tank. Because it's 120 and 240, it means it's dual voltage charging. Now, this is, of course, the first of their ones that they do dual voltage charging, and that's really amazing. They added dual voltage charging. If you want to, you got the orange handles, and we can roll it around. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll it back around, walk over to the other side. Now, this is where we're going to get cool, because there's a panel here. We pop this panel up, follow it down. You're going to notice you're going to have this bright green and red switch. This Christmas switch is allowing you to switch into what's called high power solar array. So for those of you that have the large 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 watt solar arrays on the roof of your house already, or you guys have it in the yard, you guys can charge on this device at 4,000 watts through those connection plugs. If you don't have that, flip the switch, go to the 8020 DC plugs, charge it, of course, the charging situation there, and you're going to have about a 5-hour charge time. Not bad. 1200 watts is where it charges at 5 hours for 5,000 watts of power. You can then, of course, if we want to, we'll move the camera down a little bit for us. So let's go down. Wow, that camera just went sideways, did it not? You're going to have your wall plug. Now, the wall plug is going to allow you to charge at 1800 watts. At 1800 watts, it's a 3.5 hour charge time. You're also going to have the DC port at the bottom of that. Now, that DC port is going to allow you to connect up to 5 batteries. Now, by adding 5 batteries, you have over 30 kilowatts of power. Now, 30 kilowatts of power is a crazy amount of power that should be able to run your whole home or, of course, your home appliances up to about 7 days without an issue. Now, remember, though, I said you guys can pair it with the second 5,000 plus through the smart transfer station or the linking cable. By doing that, you guys can actually connect up to 10 batteries. When you connect up to 10 batteries, it's 60 kilowatts of power. Now, 60 kilowatts of power should allow you to run your home for about 14 to 15 days. But since it can have all the batteries and it can have the smart, smart transfer station, technically, if you had the large 4,000 watt solar array or bigger, you guys can run it indefinitely. It'll charge, and charge and run, charge and run. And that's a really great idea with this. The smart transfer station has its own app. That app actually has what's called real-time monitoring. It's going to allow you to track solar input speeds. It's going to allow you to substitute solar charging mode, or it's going to allow you to optimize for what's called energy savings schedule. So your electric company will charge you more during peak hours and less during off-peak hours. So if you know when your peak hours are, you guys could run this device off batteries, and then when it's off-peak, you guys could run, of course, off of the electric grid. The difference also on this is going to allow you to run at what's called 0 milliseconds of switchover. That means there is no delay when you loss of power. So if you guys lose power, your data centers, your PCs, your movies, your refrigerators, your CPAP machines, your oxygen machines, none of it shuts off. There's no blip in the system, so you don't have to worry about a reboot or anything of the style. Created with CTB, so cell to body technology, does weigh over 120 pounds. So you guys have about 130 pounds right here. It is actually quite heavy. Just be a little cautious with this one. $2,899 is your price tag with that 33% savings. Then use that 5% discount code 2025 BFCM, Black Friday, Cyber Monday code. Now, with this, of course, here we go. We're going to go into it. You guys can get it as a package deal. So you want to get the 5,000 plus with a solar panel. You can get it with the 500X solar panel. Now, that is a large panel. The 500X solar panel is about, it's going to come in at price tag with the solar panel about $33.99. Let's see if I can get you guys a video for that panel. So I want to show you guys the 5,000 panel. So this is going to be the 500X panel that will come in that package deal, that 35% savings. It is made from 6 85-watt panels, all interlinked. It is interlinked with Anderson clips. It's going to go to the 8020 adapter plug if you need. Has a carrying cable. This is a large panel. It's about 90 inches long when, of course, set out. Automatically sits at a 20-degree angle, so you guys can get that optimal savings and even low light settings with the reflective charging. So that is that beautiful little station, and of course solar panels. Great little options if you're looking for something like that. 2 amazing deals on those stations. Now we're going to talk about, it's starting to become one of my favorites. If you guys know me, my favorite Jackeery power station was the 100 Plus. The 100 Plus power station was small, portable, could be taken on the go, and could even be taken on an airplane. Now, Jackeery was like, you know what? Let's create a new power station. Let's create the 240D. Now, if you guys have seen the 240 is an amazing power station. It works well. The 240, of course, the newer 240 works just as well with that. But now they created the 240D. This is a 4.5-pound power station. 4.5 pounds is the weight of this. It's got a handle that you guys can carry it around. If you want to take the handle off, they unclip. And when you unclip these handles, you guys can actually add on a larger strap. So let's say you guys want a crossbody strap. You can do that with this. This is $179 tonight. It's got the graphic styling on the top. This is almost like carbon fiber look. It's got the beautiful air vents on the side, but it's got this handle. The handle actually does. So this is not just a handle. Push down, twist it, and it's going to come off, and you're going to have a USB-C cable. It is a USB-C to USB-C, so each side comes off. Now that cable is going to allow you to run and charge at over 140 watts if you need it, and that's a cool idea. It's got digital display on the front, so if we pop that over there, you guys can see the digital display. It's got input and output. It's got 3 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and a DC plug. The bottom USB-C port is 140 watts of charging through that port. Now, the 140 watts of charging on that port is an in and out port, so you guys can go inwards or outwards. If you need to charge something quick, you can do that. If you need to charge this, that's where you're going to plug it in. You're going to have the 100 watt USB-C port, then you're going to have the 15 watt USB-C port, and then you're going to have the 15 watt USB-A port, or actually 15 watt USB-A port. 256 watt hours of power, can be fully charged in a quick time frame. It's going to, of course, take you, let's say, 2.5 hours on a wall plug through the USB-C port. You will need, of course, a power brick. If you need a power brick to charge it, Jackeery actually offers a 102 watt power brick out there, guys. So if you need one, this would be your option. Just, it does not come with one. So if you need one, you might need to pick it up. If you want to plug it in the USB or the cigarette lighter adapter in your car, it's going to be about 4-hour charging. If you guys are using the USB-C cable to the USB-C in your car, again, it's going to take you a while. If you had a 100 watt solar panel with this on the 240D, it is a 2.8 or almost 2.25 hours charge time with the 100 watt panel. What could you run? 15 cell phone batteries, maybe 16 hours with a 10 watt Bluetooth speaker, 3 laptop charges. It can do more than that. Now, what I will tell you guys is this is not waterproof. It is, of course, made with small technology, so it's got that small tech built into that, what's called Smart NTC temperature control, which is going to keep it nice and cool during times of cooling or times of heat, I should say, on hand. 6 drone batteries, 10 cell phone or 10 cameras, 15 cell phones. You guys could do maybe 100 hours with the light bulb. What else could we do? Starlink Mini, maybe 9 hours with the Starlink Mini through the USB-C port, 6 hours with an iPad. So it's got a nice wide range of usages with this, and it will work well. It's an amazing little product, very, very lightweight, portable. Take it wherever you want, and of course the cabling is strong. So this is an amazing one. I like this. At $179, this is a phenomenal product. I think normally it's a $209 price tag with this. It's really, really amazing. I was using it earlier with lighting, so I fun with that one. All right, we have some more stations to show you, so we're going to move back to the cameras, and we're going to talk about the different camera, and we're going to go way up top. Guys, we're going way up there. See how high we went? Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about the Jackeery Explorer 500. Now, the Jackeery Explorer 500 is a 13-pound power station. Now, it is a beautiful, beautiful power station that will do very, very well for you guys. It's going to have about a 5.5-hour charge time on a wall plug. So it does take a little bit to charge. When you're fully charged, you're going to have multiple ports of connections, ranging from the DC plugs, like the 12-volt 10-amp plug, or the two 6.5mm adapter plugs. Now, if you want to run, there's 3 USB-A ports and 1 AC outlet. The AC outlet's going to do 500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 1,000. Now, the device is 518 watt-hours of power, and because it takes 5.5 hours to charge, it's not really that bad. It's about an hour every 100 watts of power, watt-hours of power. Cigarette curl lighter charging like a 12-volt charger. You guys can do about 5.5 hours in that. If you had a 100-watt solar panel, about 7.5 hours of charge time. When charged, you guys could do 7 hours of TV time on it, maybe 30 hours with the laptop, or 9 hours with a mini cooler. You guys could do 50 minutes with like a blender if you needed to go daiquiris or smoothies. 8 hours with the water pump. You guys could do 4 hours with the heated blanket, or vice versa. Now, phenomenal because it's only 13 pounds. It's lightweight, portable. It does have a flashlight on the side, so you guys, if you need, there's a flashlight on that side of this. If you want to get the 500 with the 100-watt solar panel, it's going to be about $469, a 41% savings. Normally, it's an $800 price tag, but then you have that 7.5-hour charge time out in the sun. Any questions about that? If not, we're going to talk about the 300 plus and the 240. Let's go down to the bottom of the table. So on the table, we have more stations. What? Yeah, we have a lot more. That is going to be the beautiful 300 plus power station. Now, the Jackeery Explorer 300 plus is a $200 price tag tonight. Normally $300 price tag. It's going to have that flashlight, the single light mode or SOS pattern. It's going to have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. It's going to have a 15-watt USB-A port. It's going to have a 15-watt USB-C port. And below that's going to be an 18-watt, next to that's going to be a 100-watt USB-C port bidirectional. The 100-watt USB-C port bidirectional is going to allow you to charge this device off solar. It's going to allow you to charge it off a wall plug or variations of the usage. Charging times will vary with this. You guys will have, let's say, an hour and a half on the AC wall plug. If you use the USB-C port, about 3-hour charge time. If you had a mini 40 solar panel, about 7.5 hours. You do have an AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 600. That means you guys could do a cell phone about 13 charges, 3 laptop charges, 5 drone batteries, 4.5 hours with the house fan. You guys could do 36, 37 hours with the Nintendo Switch. It has a nice wide variety or ranges. At $198, it's a phenomenal product. If you want to get it with the mini 40 solar panel, you guys can do that as well for $279, or you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel for $398. That's an amazing little piece. Now, if you want to step it up, though, let's talk about those two pieces right there. We're going to talk about the 2000 plus 4000 kit. Now, the 2000 plus in solar panel is going to be about $1,500, but if you guys want it as a 4000 kit, it's a $2,200 price tag. That means you're going to get the battery sitting on above it, the station, and those two solar panels. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power by itself. When you add that battery, it's of course 4,000 and a beautiful 85 watt hours of power. That's right, 4,085 watt hours of power. Has the 5 AC outlets that are going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 6,000. 4 standard of those AC outlets, and you have that TT30 NEMA style plug. 12 volt 10 amp adapter, and you're going to have the 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. With the battery, you guys could run a, let's say, a 500 watt refrigerator for 7 hours. You guys could do 4.5 to 5 hours with the house fan, or you guys could do the window AC. You guys could do electric blankets, dishwashers, and variations of much more. 1200 watt desktop or 200 watt desktop PC over 24 hours with the battery, 12 hours with the station alone. The 2000 and 4000 kit is a phenomenally beautiful setup and system. Now we're going to start talking solar panels, so let's do this. We're going to start off with the 100 watt panel. The Jackeery Explorer 100 watt panel is just an amazing panel. This is a bifacial panel. It's going to do 100 watts of charging at 18 volts. It's going to allow you to get 25% efficiency even in low light settings, or 100% efficiency and, of course, 100% lighting. With this, you have the kickstand. That kickstand will allow you to set it at a 20 degree to 25 degree angle. You have another kickstand on the opposite side. You have fabric handles, and it does fold up. Unsnap the snap rings, guys, and you're going to be greeted with a very, very large solar panel. This solar panel is a trifold design, and it's going to go out there, way out there. You guys can see it's probably taller than me if I stood up. Now, here's where it's cool. You have the black side. Black side's going to face the sun. You have the blue side that's going to face the ground. The blue side will get the reflective charge. The black side's going to take the brunt of the charge. This will allow you to charge the 100 plus all the way up to the 5000s on this device. Comes with the 10-foot cable. The 10-foot cable does come with an 8020 and a 7909 adapter plug. With this solar panel, it's $198 today. It is fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather. What that means is it's got an IP68 rating that you guys can leave it out in the snow, out in the rain, or out in a dust storm and wash it off the hose, and it'll be ready to go in no time. This is a phenomenal panel that's going to work very, very well, and it is lightweight and portable. So if you guys need a lightweight and portable solar panel, the 100 panel is probably your option. If you don't want the 100 watt panel, they offer a 200 watt variation. Now, the 200 watt variation is going to be about $360 tonight. It's going to come with, of course, bifacial charging. It's an IP68 rating. It's going to fold up, and it's going to have a sunlight angle indicator. Now, the sunlight angle indicator is going to allow you to angle this at the sun at the proper angle, and it's going to allow you to get that 200 watts of charging without an issue. IP68 rating means it's perfect for out in the rain, harsh storms, and everything else in between. This one will do 26.7% efficiency because of the size and the bifacial charging. It's going to come with the 8020 and 7909 plug. It's going to come with the 5 volt 3 amp USB-C port. It's also going to come with the 5 volt 2.4 amp USB-A port and that beautiful panel. Now set it up and you're going to be ready to go in under 10 seconds. That's an amazing piece. If that is not the variation you want, then go with, of course, a portable one. Now, this is a mini 40 solar panel. This Mini 40 solar panel is 2.2 pounds. It's less than 2.5 pounds, guys. Now, 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick, and fully waterproof, water resistant. Magnetic clasp to hold it shut. Pressed rings to tie it down. Trifold design, but you have this beautifully large panel. Now, this is going to be great for all of the smaller stations. Let's say your 240s, your 300s, even your 500 or the 100 plus. Fully waterproof, water resistant with the IP68 rating, so can be left out in the rain. Just tie it down so it don't fly off. $78.99 is your price tag for this. It's an amazing panel. This thing is beautifully, beautifully well done. It does come with the cabling. It's going to connect it up. It's going to allow you to connect up to all the smaller stations, whether it be a USB-C port or the 7909 plug. So, the 40, Mini 40, guys. This is an amazing, amazing panel. I'm going to check chat before we show you guys the last product of the day. And while I do that, I'm going to reshare a couple of these codes for you. See if I can do this. There's one. There is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Copy that, and let's share that. Now, remember, if you guys buy over $1,000 in Jackeery products tonight, you guys can get that 5% discount code, save a few more dollars, and of course, not worry your little selves. All right, we're going to show you guys the last panel of the night. This is the Jackeery Prime. Now, the Jackeery Explorer Prime panel is a 100-watt panel. It's bifacial charging, but it is tempered glass. Now, this is their full fixed panel. Tempered glass, so be careful, it doesn't fold. Metal housing all the way around. Bifacial charging, so you have this darker black side and you have a light side on the other side. IP68 rating, can work in the Arizona sun or, of course, the Arctic snow. Don't worry about it. On the back of the metal housing, you're going to have 12 individual pre-drilled holes. You're going to have that reflective light charging side. You're also going to have a 10-foot cable connected onto it. Now, the 10-foot cable is an Anderson clip style cable. The Anderson clip style cable is going to allow you to connect up to Y splitters, or it's going to allow you to connect up to the 8020 adapter or the 7909 adapter. Now, that cable is permanently connected. This can do 25% efficiency even in low light settings, but it will allow you to charge at 100 watts of charging in standard bright settings. Now, this is an amazing piece. Now, the cool part about this panel is it comes with mounting hardware. So you guys are going to get 4 of what they call Z brackets or bent bracketry. It's going to come with 4 individual nuts and bolts and washers. It's going to come with 8 self-tapping screws. And the self-tapping screws means you guys can mount it to the roof of your house, your motorhome, your RVs, your makeshift Volkswagen buses, or your garages or shed. Now, with it, it's an amazing panel. You guys can see the size of this. But it is glass, so you do need to be cautious with this one. But it only comes at about $179. At $179, it's a phenomenal price. Let's see if I can set this down without dropping or breaking it. Now, with that being said, guys, remember, there's a lot of different products that they offer besides all of these that are always out there. There's the new 100 light panel. There's that 500X panel, and of course, all of the other stations that we did not show. With that, that is the end of our show tonight. We will be back, I believe, our next show. You know what? Let me check the next show time for you guys so you know when we go live next time. I'm going to check it just to make sure. I think the next show is going to be the 20th. So we will see you guys next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next show. Later, everybody.